Well, hello. It's another edition of Lunchtime with Southern Maryland Divers, and it's Dive Master John here. Behind the camera is my lovely assistant, Kathy. So say hello to Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Hey, she's not going to get in the camera, so it's just me. So here we go. Today's topic is BCDs. I am not going to go into all the features and stuff of each individual BCD. We have a lot of them. There's a ton of them. So we're just going to talk about them overall, the differences between the different styles of BCDs. If you have questions, maybe let me know. Ask. We'll try and go through them. But typically, what I'm going to try and accomplish today is just sort of an overview of the different types and what their positives are and why you might want to use them. Different people have different needs, different styles. Usually what I like to tell people to do is you're coming out of your training session, you're a newly minted diver, and you're all excited, and usually what I tell them to do is go dive first, then come back and tell us what kind of diver you want to be. Okay, and that will inform us as to what kind of BCD you really want. Okay, so there's a number of different kinds. We have jacket style BCDs, and if you remember back, see if you old farts, if you remember back to when you first got certified, this is probably what the class, what you learned in the class is a jacket style, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a jacket style. It wraps around you.
You know I got a big box for you upstairs.
I'll come get it. Okay, thank you.
I didn't know if you knew or not.
Okay, thank you. I'll come get it. Live broadcast. In any event, it's a jacket style, and it wraps around you. And when you inflate a jacket style BCD, what happens is the air bubble, wraps completely around you and encases you, and that makes it so when you sit at the surface, for instance, the big difference there is you sit upright at the surface. Makes it real easy when you're training people because you don't have to worry about them flopping forward, which is the main difference on a back inflate. Back inflate, the bubble is in the back, and just like that, and it sits on the back, which is a little bit more difficult on the surface. It tends to push you forward. Okay, whereas underwater, though, the differences become much more apparent. Back inflate, the bubble's on your back, so your trim tends to be a lot more level in a back inflate. Whereas the jacket style, how you weight your trim, where you put it, there are additional weights that you can trim yourself out with. It gets a little bit more problematic. You have a tendency to pitch a little bit differently with the jacket style BCD. But back to jacket style BCDs. One of the other advantages of jacket style BCDs is that they are usually very feature rich. Because they're kind of duals. They usually come with a lot of pockets, so you have access to pockets to store different things, knives, flashlights, whatever it is you want to carry around with you. Most BCDs, jacket style BCDs, have two different pockets on, left and right, and they have attachment points for various things, so you can clip different things off depending upon the BCD. And all BCDs these days also have dump valves, and the dump valves on jacket style BCDs are usually very easy to find. This is dump valves here, and there's also a dump valve on the back down here. Okay, and now of course, if you learn in class, most students wind up using these to inflate and deflate, as you progress in your knowledge of diving, you really want to get away from doing this and use your dump valves. It's just cleaner, it's easier. You don't have to find just, you will get better release of air from the entire bladder on the back, on your BCD by using your dump valves than you will from doing that. I mean, if you think about it, when you're in the water, let's say, I'll pick up this one. Back and forth. You're in the water, and it's like this, and instead of doing this, you can see that the air is going to run down. You're not going to get all the air out of it. Where's the air in this situation? All the air is going to be towards the back up here, right? So in order to get all the air out of your system, you're going to have to reorient yourself in the water to let all the air out. And that gets something you got to be conscious of. Whereas if you pay attention to what you're doing, to your BCD, this one has the back, the dump valve on the bottom. You can just reach back here and pull on the dump valve on the bottom, and since this is where the air is, all the air will come out. If you orient it up here on the front, then just pull the dump valve here, and the air will release from your shoulder dump valve. So no matter how you're oriented in the water, dump valves are the way to go. Right, that's the way to go. And that becomes one of the points. I'll make a side comment here about owning your own equipment. Okay, no matter which one you decide to go with, the jacket style, or if we move into one of the back inflates, owning your own equipment gets to be very important. Not just if you're an equipment nerd, but owning your own equipment is important because, one, you know when it's been serviced, you know how it's been serviced. You're not, like in the case of a regulator, kissing the last guy that used it, but you know where everything is. All the straps are done correctly. You know where everything is. You know where all those dump valves are. You know where all the attachment points are on the BCD. So, for instance, on this one, you know, you have a muscle memory of where all the straps are, where all the attachment points are on the BCD. You know how to dump the weights if you have to in a particular situation. Dumping the weights becomes different on each BCD. You know the feel of what the inflator hose feels like. It can be different on each one, how it feels in your hand. So if you're in a cold water situation, a dark water situation where you've got gloves on, you know what it's supposed to feel like. So it becomes a matter of safety, and because what you want ultimately is you don't want to be concerned about the gear that's on you. You don't want to be futzing with the gear all the time. What you want is when you jump in the water, when you do that giant stride into the water, when we finally get back to diving again, when you do the giant stride into the water, or in my case, I love to do the back roll. If you do get in the water, you want the equipment to disappear. You just want muscle memory to take over. You want to do what you need to do and be on the reef and enjoy the dive. You don't want to be futzing with the gear, okay? So that's the reason why you own your own gear. But now, on to a little bit more about, let's go back over here. That guy disrupted me here. This has integrated weight pockets, okay? Now there's a whole thing about integrated weight pockets. Old school guys, they like the weight belts, and as opposed to integrated weight pockets. I like the integrated weight pockets because you don't have to futz with a separate weight belt. We do have weight belts. If you're into the old school, if you're wearing a dry suit, for instance, weight belts can be really nice because a lot of the times you're carrying a lot of weight with the dry suit. So you may want to supplement what's weight is in your weight pockets with a weight belt. Now again, but some people don't want them at all. Now with the jacket style, they're all integrated. With the back inflate, it becomes an optional thing. The jacket style becomes an optional. The weight pockets come on and off, so you can take them off and you can use a weight belt. I personally prefer the integrated weights. I think it makes it a little bit easier for donning and doffing. It's one less thing you got to take care of on the boat. One less thing you got to worry. One less thing you got to worry about. And besides, you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, they fall out. They got a lot of problems with them." But if you've been diving like I have, at some point in your dive career, you'll have that weight belt down around your knees, or you got to worry about it falling off. Now I have had. Now, you know, so they all have pluses and minuses, but overall I think the pluses are in favor these days. The technology is in favor of integrated weight belts onto your system. So, back inflates, again, you get the ability to get better trim. A lot of times what you'll see with the back inflates too is you'll see the more attachment points. And this is the reason why if you look at your instructor, usually your instructor is not wearing a jacket style BCD. He's usually wearing something like this, a back inflate. And the reason is because he's usually doing a lot more different kinds of style of diving. And that's why we say, go dive, come back and tell us what kind of diving you want to do. If you're just going to be doing blue water diving on the reef down in Florida and the Caribbean, we'll probably direct you towards a jacket style BCD. But if you're going to be doing more adventuresome diving, you want to get into more technical diving, or you want to do wreck diving, or you're going to be doing more photography type of diving, I'd probably direct you more towards a back inflate. Reason being, you have a lot more attachment points. These are a lot more versatile. They can be broken down. Different things can be attached to them. They have a lot more accessories available to them than the jacket style BCDs. And one of the other things about them that I like is, especially for photography work, is they have a crotch strap. And what that does, it comes up around here and snaps up. So when you really are in a very awkward position, head down, the whole ensemble, your tank, everything else doesn't ride up on you. It stays securely in the right position. It keeps it from riding up, which the jacket styles don't have. So, like I said, depends upon what kind of diving you're going to be doing, what you're going to be doing in the water, what we would direct you towards. So, like I said, you got to know what kind of diving you want to do now, and what diving you want to do in the future, what you'd like to be getting involved in. Because, like most diving, most dive equipment, this product will last a long, long time if you take care of it. And taking care of it consists of, usually after a dive, rinsing it. Make sure you rinse it in fresh water. Whether you're in a pool or whether you're in the ocean, you want to make sure you rinse it off. Even if you're diving in the lake, you want to make sure you get the mud and stuff out of it. So always rinse it in fresh water when you're done with a dive. All right. Now, further, another subcategory of these things are would be. So we have one out here. Well, there's side mount. We don't have one out here today. Usually there's one out, but there's side mount, which is a whole nother. Instead of the tank being on the back, the tanks are on the side. There's side mount diving, which is great for technical diving, but it's also increasingly being used for recreational diving. It's great for people with bad backs, and it's great in terms of stability in the water. There's a lot of good reasons to have it. Also for solo diving. Because you have two tanks for you. And then there's also a lot of travel BCDs. So we have a number of travel BCDs. Dive Right makes one that's pretty cute. So it has all the advantages of the back inflate, but it's a stripped down version, yet it has attachment points, and it works very good. It's minimalized. It's very light compared to the regular Dive Right back inflate, and it works great as a travel BCD. It still has all the attachment points for whatever stuff you're getting into. Now, Aqualung also has a couple great travel BCDs. They have this is the Rogue, and it is a stripped down version. It's also a back inflate. And the thing I like about the Rogue is, and its stripped down counterpart, this is the Outlaw. This is really stripped down. There is nothing here. This is like diving naked. You put this on, it's just like diving naked. There's absolutely nothing to this thing. You jump in the water and you wonder if you got gear on. But there's really hard to do anything. but there's a few attachment points. They're cloth as opposed to metal. Yeah, but the thing about these two things from Aqualung are that they are modular. The waist straps, for instance, snap on, snap off, which means if you are your shoulders are one size, and let's say your COVID-19 has turned into a COVID-25, you can get a larger belt to fit, or a smaller belt if you've been working out the whole time. God bless you. I hate you if you've been doing that, but if you've been doing that and all of a sudden you find your BCD a little loose, we can get a smaller belt to fit you for those two things. So that's what's nice about these two, is they are modular and allow us to get different size portions for you. It may be shoulders, it may be belts, so that makes it nice. It also makes it nice for packing. I mean, this weighs nothing when you're trying to beat the 50-pound limit for going traveling. Travel BCs are nice in that regard. So, let's see. BCDs. Also, one of the other things I watch people on the boat getting in and out of the boat. Okay, there's a couple things about boats when you put on a BCD. One of the things to keep in mind, and I don't care which one this is, whether it's the back inflate or it's the jacket style, when you put the BCD on, the first thing you want to snap is you want to do the chest strap. I see a lot of people that want to go for, they put this on first, then they do the chest strap. Okay, really, if you put the chest strap on, you can carry the whole rig with the tank on. You know, this is what really allows you to carry the weight, because the weight's going to be carried on the shoulders. Okay, so snap this one first, and then that'll allow you to do the waist strap. Okay, now when you're getting out, I also see a lot of people struggle getting out of these on the boat. Okay, and they may have their computer on their wrist, they're trying to get out and they're struggling to get out. You don't have to do that. You just unsnap. They almost virtually all BCDs do this now. You just unsnap it, and you literally get up and walk away from it. Then you turn around and you can snap it back again. Okay, so it's very, very easy to get in and out of these things. Okay, you don't have to struggle getting out of your BCD. Okay, just a hint. Now, one of the other things I like about the BCDs, especially having the integrated weights, is that it's a lot easier to get rid of the weights. You just simply pull on them and they come out. Okay, and this is you can hand them up if you're diving, like when we were in Galapagos, we had to hand the weights up to the guys, and the integrated weights made it a lot easier. You handed the integrated weights up one bag at a time. Boom. Of course, again, as I always tell people, write your name on your weight pocket, so it's easily retrievable, and you can locate it later. But they make sure when you put them back in it, they snap into place. Boom, pretty loud, resounding. Make sure it says positive click, and they don't fall out. Okay, and you're good to go. I don't know. Any questions about the basics on BCDs? Okay. There are, like I said, there's a lot of variations on all of these. Okay. There's a lot of different models on jacket style BCDs. There's a lot of different models on the back inflate BCDs. And it goes to budget, what your budget is, and what features you're looking for, and also what kind of diving you're going to be doing. If you're going to be doing a lot of technical diving, we're going to steer you towards one type of BCD. If you're just going to be doing blue water diving, we're going to steer you to another type of BCD. As a matter of fact, if all you're going to be doing is blue water diving, I'd probably stick you in to direct you towards a travel BCD. Why carry the extra weight, all right? But if you're going to be doing a lot of different kinds of diving, mostly blue water, somewhat big ocean diving, maybe this jacket style BCD might be the best solution for you. So come in, make sure we get you sized properly. Sizing is very important on BCDs as well, like all things. Make sure it fits properly. If it doesn't fit properly, it's going to be an uncomfortable dive. So size, budget, and features. All right. Those are the few things on BCDs. And that's, again, if you ever have any questions, you have any suggestions, anything you want to hear about, please, I'm running out of ideas here. This thing will last much longer. I'm going to go, well, I'm already crazy, but it will be any crazier. Get some questions. You want to see some topics? Let's talk about some topics on this. Let us know. Just put some things on, do the Facebook thing, and give us some topics. And but make sure you come and talk to us at Southern Maryland Divers. We always love to see people when this thing opens back up, or if you want some comments, we can interact with you over Facebook, or email us, somddivers.com, and we're always happy to respond to any of your questions or any of your needs or concerns. Okay? Well, again, thank you very much, and it's been good talking with you. We'll see you later.